welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, then a little introduction. This is a place to share stories, adventures, and everything I wish I had known before embarking on them. My name is Trina, and you're watching From Fiji to Here. Welcome to Switzerland! The common theme with most countries that I go to visit is that I always have my accommodations booked ahead of time, before I get there. That way, even if I lose all my money, I spend all my money, I get mugged, whatnot, I have a roof over my head. Switzerland was no exception, except that days before our arrival, our Airbnb hosts canceled, leaving us scrambling to find somewhere to stay when prices had now skyrocketed and we were about to enter the country. It was hard to find a place that A, was in the right location for what we wanted to do, B, wasn't already booked, and C, wouldn't make us go bankrupt. After some seeking, I seemed to find the only place that was available, just on the outskirts of the cities we wanted to see, but it was affordable and said that it was right by a train station. We stayed in a little town called Thun? No, it was even smaller than that. In fact, I don't even remember the name of the town specifically. We took a day trip to Bern to check out the old town and markets, as well as find some new day bags, seeing as both of ours decided to fall apart on us, which was kind of to be expected since we'd had them for years and they were already deteriorating before we left Canada. I fell in love with the architecture of the city and the nature paths along the river. It felt so serene and peaceful.
She doesn't know where it's going. Now we're taking the other path. I don't know. Of course I don't know.
heard of it, it's known as the adventure capital of Switzerland. It's here where you can go parasailing through the mountains, bungee jumping, whitewater rafting, and even more. We opted for a more laid-back approach, but equally as breathtaking as is most of the scenery in Switzerland. We took a hike out to St. Beatus Caves and Waterfall. The story goes that there was a dragon that took shelter in the caves when he was being hunted by a 6th century monk, who roamed the thousands of meters underground through these tunnels and paths trying to find the dragon. We also took this time to make friends with an equally old creature, the snail. We named him Slow-Mo.
So it says, according to the legend, Beatus, probably a member of a group of Irish missionaries, lived here in the 20th century. After his arrival, it was said that he expelled the dragon living in the cave and settled there in order to spread Christianity and heal the sick.
Interesting. You see, when preparing and planning for this trip, Sierra and I worked with our strengths. I would book us accommodation and transportation, flights, do the research on budgeting and prices, and Sierra would look into things of what we were going to do. She'd look into the history, the cost, how close it was to where we were, and that's the important part here, how close to us it was. And that's how it was, except for this one specific activity. You see, I was spending my birthday in Switzerland, and all I wanted to do was spend it on the top of the snow-covered Alps. So when I found an experience that took you to the top of the Matterhorn, one of the tallest mountains in the Alps in Switzerland, I was sold. This one activity, Sierra let me hold the reins for.
I feel so stupid. And there's night trains booked out of Zurich, so I can't even just leave. Because why am I dumb? Makes no sense. This is why I double check things, and I didn't double check. I just trusted her. I was like, oh yeah. Why am I so stupid? She knows. She knows what she's supposed to be doing. I just want to do this for my birthday, but it's 4 hours from our accommodation, but it's our future accommodation that we booked for this. It's maybe an hour and a half from our current accommodation.
If you haven't been following along long enough to know how bad at geography I am, this is the perfect example. I'll insert a map here to explain what the problem was.
This is where we're supposed to go tomorrow. And this is where we are now. This is where Zurich would be. So we're supposed to trade from there all the way down to here. When we could have just gone to the airport where we are. From there to there.
Luckily, we had the most amazing Airbnb host who let us extend our stay by a night because we were originally near Thun, and it was 100% worth it.
I told you it's a leg workout.
No, not a flying Sierra.
It's a leg workout.
Yeah, you slide for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, and then you're like. I slipped for like 2 seconds, and now this has become a leg workout.
Unfortunately, we missed out on Zurich this time around, other than the train station where we were able to get some work done. But that sums up our time in Switzerland. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below, as well as any videos you'd be interested in seeing. Also, if you like this video, be sure to give it that thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below to see more like it, as well as to join me on future journeys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next destination. Bye, guys!
The hills are what goes out of you.